Welcome back, everybody, to Nerds of Legend. It's me, your DM, Ben. Next to me is Brian. Next to him is Will. Below me is Joel. And next to Joel is Brendan. We're very excited to continue our campaigning through Candlekeep Mysteries and Dungeons and Dragons. And let's get one announcement prior to getting into the meat of things. We will be not meeting next week due to a certain person traveling. He will remain nameless. And we figured since it's a holiday week that, it would be all right if we took a week off. Haven't taken one in a while. So, and then the other announcement is a reminder that we will be playing a Call of Cthulhu on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central with original GM, and we're very excited to do that. We will be playing the module The Dare, and directed by our keeper, Brian. We're very excited to do that as well.
And it will definitely not be for all ages.
Yes. Child death will probably happen.
More than likely.
All right, it will be.
Same the Goonies.
Yep. So, without further ado, let's get started. Last time, the group received new intel. You guys really need to come up with a group name, by the way, because I'm getting really tired of calling it the group in my recaps. Received new intel about Vermeillon town. Lucas, the owner of the Bored Weasel, who had lived in the town with his wife prior to the tragedy in the mines. When his wife died, he relocated to Mayrin, and opened the Bored Weasel. He requested that the group leave some daisies on his wife's grave and retrieve a necklace from a hollow tree in the town that he had left there, with plans of giving it to her as a surprise. The group was anxious to be on their way and attempted to buy a cart and horse with the stable owner, but after the stable owner realized that Murph had attempted to cast command person on him, he was no longer willing to sell anything to the group, regardless of any kind of trickery by Mop or flirting by Gideon. Onion was picking flowers, and the group left town. He successfully got daisies. That night, the group was attacked by wolves, and after Murph forgot to raise the alarm, they were caught a little bit flat-footed, but prevailed, with the main winter wolf being killed and Murph partially taming one of the remaining wolves. They collected the winter wolf's pelt in the morning and continued their journey, and that's where we are now. So, it's been about another few days of travel. You haven't run into any more trouble on the road, and as sort of you're entering into evening, you enter into the outskirts of the town of Vermeillon. And if you'll give me a second here, I'm going to pull up the map that Lucas gave you. So, a little bit of a mappy here. I'm going to say you're coming in on the south side of town. And as you enter the village, it is eerily quiet. Plants and wildlife have overtaken the crumbling houses. Leafless vines climb rotting walls, and birds and other small creatures nest in the exposed rafters. And gnarled trees protrude from the fallen roofs of a few buildings. The overcast sky adds an air of oppression to the scene, seeming to envelop the village. I guess I should bring up one thing. Joel, did you continue to sort of attempt to tame your wolf? Could you give me 3 animal handling checks, and we'll see.
Somebody is not feeling this today.
Oh no!
Wow. 16, 5, and 2. But hold on. So that is 19. That's 19, 8, and 5.
Okay, so we're going to call that a partial success. So, like, you're still not hand-feeding this thing. He's not very happy about getting led along by a leash. You're still having a time up outside of snapping distance, and you're kind of the only person that he's, like, friendly with, and that's only when you have some jerky in your hand. So that's where you're at with the wolf.
Just like my real life.
So, so you guys are kind of in the. You can see the map you were provided. What would you be interested in doing? So, just for reference, V1 is a sort of shop that Lucas remembered. V2 is like a stonemason's workshop. V3 is the mayor's house, and V4 is the tree that he mentioned to you.
Now we came in at
The south side.
the very directs the road that's from V4 straight down, right?
Yes. So you can see that large gnarled tree in the distance.
Okay, and everything is broken. The first viable building that's not trashed is V1.
Yeah. So those are sort of like places of interest that Lucas had kind of been able to remember. Remember, it was like 70 years ago, so he couldn't remember everything, but he could remember, a few things.
I would like to activate Eyes of the Grave, which is gonna know the location of any undead within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover and protected from divination magic.
Yeah, so you don't see anything undead.
Okay. And I will relay that to the group. I don't see anything. My eyes right now are like shining white. They're as opposed to their normal black.
Yeah.
And I will walk all the way up, looking all the way up to the oak tree where I will stop.
Okay.
I will follow him up.
So there's a bare tree that stands on the lawn in front of the mansion. You can see sort of like a knot on the side, filled with dead leaves and empty shells. You can presume that's probably where the necklace he was referring to, is located.
Okay. I am going to put my hand in there and rummage around.
Okay.
I will say to Gideon, I'm like, is this where you said he was going to put the necklace?
I remember him saying something about
that. No,
that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That would be a 8.
Yeah. If it was a mimic, it would have bitten your hand off. No, I'm kidding. So you're able to find amongst the dead leaves and nutshells and stuff. You find about a thumb-sized oval pendant made of platinum on a thin chain. It's inscribed with "Forlorna Forever."
Give me a second.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that V5 is the graveyard that was mentioned. That is the graveyard, so.
While me and Joel are investigating the tree, let's jump down to the other two. So,
yeah, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I would be going to V5 since I have the flowers. Unless someone stopped me.
I'll advance past V1, V2 on the leftmost street, I guess you could call it.
Okay.
And when I get to the graveyard, I would also, at least initially, use one of my divine senses.
What is divine sense?
Literally the exact same thing as Joel's.
It's just undead.
Oh no, mine's Celestial Fiend and Undead.
Celestial Fiend, undead?
Yes.
Okay.
But 60 feet, not behind total cover.
Okay. So Mop, you said you headed towards V1, and Onion, you said you head towards the graveyard.
I will go with did they all come up to the tree? Sorry, I know.
No, they went off on their own.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay at the tree.
They split the party.
That was a great plan.
No. I am going to the same location, taking a different route. So I'm advancing on the left of V1 and V2, eventually to hit the end of the street where I can then go to either V5 or V4.
So you stay with Onion.
Until he branches off to the graveyard, yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's not taking a straight line and walking straight through homes. So
This is Onion.
Just straight through the house.
just the hands up, shield hands up, right?
So you guys walk together for a while, and as Onion branches off towards the graveyard, Mop, you catch a reflection in a window, and you think for a second you see your old master,
Interesting.
and then it's gone, and it's just you.
That would floor me. Well, I don't know if it would floor me or also kind of
Scare the piss out of you.
yeah, because it's like Doc Brown. I don't know how they found me, but they found me. He would, yeah. Mop would probably get silently agitated, and I would say he'd probably move towards the largest concentration of party members. He'd probably just skedaddle to V4 at that point with his back to the tree, just like looking at the buildings.
Okay. Leaving Onion alone.
Did you?
Yeah, he would probably do that actually.
Okay. So
Sightlines and all that.
Fair.
Onion, as you approach the graveyard, you feel sort of like the hair stand up on the back of your arms and neck, and it feels like the space the space between your shoulder blades itches a little bit, and you feel like you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched.
Right, that would have been the divine sense moment, and look around.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you're like, hold on, I need to check on something real quick, just to.
Absolutely.
Just a little sanity check on my part, because. Oh shit! That froze the video. Hold on, there we go. Yeah, so you trigger your divine sense, and is that under features and traits? Okay. Yeah, so you don't see, you set off your sort of evil radar, and you don't see, there's nothing that sets it off. But you do you can't shake the feeling that something's watching you. As you approach the graveyard, You see, there it is. There's a crooked wrought iron archway that stands at the entrance. It's overgrown like the rest of the village, and headstones sit at odd angles, and some are toppled completely. There's small cairns rather than inscribed headstones that mark the graves toward the back. And I assume you're looking for Lorna's grave?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can find it with little trouble. You're able to find it in sort of like the back. It's probably one of the... It's a little tilted, but it's still stable. And on it reads, Lorna Grosvenor, beloved of Lucas, forever my heart.
I will place the daisies on it as he wished, and you said it was a little tilted?
Yeah, it's like it's just like a gravestone, so it's just like, it's been 70 years, so it's kind of like without any kind of care. So
I'll kind of try to tilt it back up if I can at all and clean it however I can.
Okay. As you're doing that, that feeling of being watched intensifies. However, before you left the flowers on the grave, presumably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you place the flowers on the grave, on the wind, you hear a sort of like soft, contented sigh on the wind. So it's like yes, I did good thing sort of feeling.
Okay.
And then, but then all of a sudden that sort of being watched feeling intensifies. And I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Wonderful. That is not great. That is a 6.
It's a 6. Okay. So all of a sudden, this feeling of fear like courses through you. Like you haven't felt this way in a long time. You've like learned to be really strong, but you just like, oh shit. And, all of a sudden, a 16 does not hit you.
It's not.
Okay, and then as that feeling of fear hits you, all of a sudden, you feel like a claw sort of like scratch along the back plate of your armor.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So roll initiative.
Yeah, figured that one out.
Yeah, I guess everybody roll initiative, unless.
One.
Yes, I will defend my fellow party members.
Thank God someone cares about me.
I'm probably within earshot if I'm in between you and the tree. So that's 11 for me.
All right. Hold on a second.
Danny.
What's everybody else?
20, dirty 20.
Damn.
19.
13.
13. And I'm just gonna auto roll. So we're gonna skip to Onion because you guys don't know anything's going on yet. And then And so as presumably you turn around when something attempts to slash at your back.
Yes.
And when you turn around,
It doesn't. Nah, that sounds.
you see this.
Oh, gross.
So it's actually about the same size as you. Just this like little like insectoid creature.
Okay.
And you're up first because he rolled not good at an initiative.
For those of you listening on the podcast, it kind of looks like a humanoid flea type creature with long, kind of like crab claws for hands.
Yeah. Good idea, Brian. I forget that there's also an audio.
Yeah, that's an absolutely fantastic.
Only, component. I'll have to remember that for future. Onion, what do you do?
So that thing's in front of me. So you said I feel very fearful. Am I frightened?
Yes, you are frightened.
Okay. But it's right next to me right now anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I at least don't have to worry about moving closer to it. Yeah, so Onion is immediately going to scream and use the cry. Literally just a blood-curdling scream.
Usually he's like, go away, or whatever, but this time he's like, ah!
Just blood curdling scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's gonna go for one of them shield bashes. And that is okay.
Will, because you're frightened, don't you have disadvantage?
No, I used my cry ability.
Oh, very good.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
Made me
14 then to hit.
14? Did you say 14?
14.
Yeah. So as you attempt to bash it, it sort of like parries the blow aside with one of its large claws. So at this point, that is Mop's turn. You just heard that. Heard Onion scream. You are currently. Let's see. Now that we're not doing that anymore. Let's say you are. Did you go up that left path or the right path?
I went up the furthest left street.
So I'm gonna say by the time you split off, you're right around like that crossroads. So that puts you at about 100. That puts you at about like 150 feet away from the graveyard.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because I didn't want my back to any of the buildings. Has there been the length of a short rest since the last session?
This is like 4 days.
Need a long rest.
Okay, all right, cool. With that in mind, I'm gonna have Witch Bolt back. I'm wondering if I'm in range, or if I can move into range.
You'd probably have to do some because you're gonna have gravestones. These are small things.
Yeah, it's 30 feet.
You have to at least be in the graveyard.
I have to arc it. I'm not gonna leave Onion. Well, Firebolt, I get 120 feet, but I at the very least have to move some distance. So I mean, I most likely heard the scream, so I'm probably gonna at least move towards the graveyard.
Yeah. So I'd say with your movement, you'd be able to make it to the entrance to the graveyard.
Do I have line of sight to throw a firebolt at the fugly creature?
No, you can hear commotion in the back of the graveyard, though.
Okay, I'm gonna go around. I'm not gonna have the movement to do the whole thing one turn, but I'm going to be going around the perimeter of the graveyard rather than through it. So I'm probably just gonna spend this turn moving to the commotion.
Okay. That is the creature's turn.
No.
And let's see if he can hear you coming. Let's see. It's a 10. Yeah, he hasn't clocked you yet. So he's going to try to take another swing at Onion. And does a 23 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You take 5 points of slashing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 14.
Okay, that's a pass.
Thank God.
All right, and that is its turn.
Where's my turn?
You didn't know anything was going on, so we skipped to Onion's turn.
Oh.
So that is
You didn't
your
hear
turn.
him scream?
He didn't scream until his turn.
All right.
You were faster than me.
Yeah. So that is turn to you, Murph. So now you've heard the scream.
Okay. I am going to, from V4, it looks like I could get up to that bush. That I'm assuming it's a tree or bush, parallel with the numerals V5.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a full dash action, yeah.
Well, that's 30 feet. That's one of these squares.
No, one
five,
square is
right?
10 feet.
Each square is 10. So.
Oh shit! All right. Well then, okay. Well then, that'll be my action then.
Yep.
As a bonus action, I would like to summon my spiritual weapon. No, I'm gonna hold off on that. That's it. I'm just gonna dash.
Yep. I presume you do the same thing, Gideon?
Yes, I will run forward with a dash action.
Okay. So that is back around to you, Onion.
Awesome. It's like an action, so let's just go for beatdown. I will be attacking him with both shields.
Oh, I also need you to reroll your fear aura. Sorry. Or your fear.
Is that at disadvantage or
Just normal.
okay? Well, that is a 1 on the die.
Okay, yep, you're still scared witless of this nasty looking thing.
Wonderful. I am going to attempt to beat the ever-living crap out of this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's at least like a nice one. And given the fact that I am absolutely horrified of this creature, I am going to Divine Smite him with the first hit. And I'm still going to attempt to follow through with the second. That one is probably not going to hit with a 9.
At what level are you smiting at?
I can only Divine Smite with 1.
Okay.
Currently.
I know what level, or do you only have first level?
I only have level 1 right now.
I
don't think it's until next level that I get level 2.
Okay. Yeah, so you're just like completely like scared shitless. So you bash the shit out of it in the face with your shield and release a holy blast, but your second shield goes wild and it's able to kind of sidestep out of the way. You knock it out of the way with your first hit. So
and it is not undead, correct?
It is not.
Okay. All to my d8s. There we go. So, that will be 7 points piercing and 12 radiant.
19 total.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Mop, turn to you.
Okay, after dashing last turn and going around the graveyard, like, can I move?
So now
and
you could, I would say that using your movement, you'd be able to get in the sight of them. You can hear the commotion. You see a big, like, you see a bat. You hear the commotion of Mop, of Onion, and you hear like you see like the flash of his divine smite going off. So you're able to pinpoint where they're at.
That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll get around, and once I have visual confirmation, I'm going to launch a firebolt.
Okay, yeah. So you get like halfway into the graveyard, and you see the struggle going on. Roll your attack.
Ooh, 21.
Well, that's going to do it.
Nice.
About time I always would miss one of my opening spells, but
yeah.
not anymore. D10, big money. 8.
Okay. As your shot connects, you strike this like creature in the back, and it sort of recoils. You can tell it's very injured at this point. And as your turn, as its turn starts, it like turns around and looks at you, and then you see it sort of like melt into the shadows and disappear.
Doesn't make me feel any better.
Did it disengage? Or do I get a reaction attack?
Nope. It basically just like melted into its shadow and is gone.
Disengage action.
Is combat over?
Yes, combat is over.
Okay.
And I'm going to run to the group.
Yeah, I'm immediately going to go over to Onion and be like,
what happened? Are you okay?
Good? I don't know.
Did you see that thing? That was horrifying.
Yeah, as you're...
I did it. What thing?
I saw it.
The bug.
It was
crab.
At the start of its...
crab.
At the start of its turn, Onin, your fear dissipated, by the way.
Oh, he's still scared shitless of it.
No, I'm just saying your condition of being frightened is gone. You can still have a phobia of bug crab things.
Bug crab monsters.
Yeah. Flea crab monster abominations.
It was so big. He was his hand like barely above his.
Food again.
So you guys didn't see it because you just got here. Did you see that thing though, Mop?
I can confirm it was absolutely disgusting.
Disgusting, he says. He's right.
I've never seen gross stacked that high.
It was horrible.
Maybe if you did a headstand in an outhouse. Other than that,
yeah, no. Other than that, no.
Yeah, so I shot it, and then it went away. So,
He saved me. And then he's going to hug your leg.
Wait, have we seen you without your helmet yet?
No.
No.
I thought you were running around without. Oh, you put a thing over your.
I put my helmet on and
put a
covered
poncho
my
on.
naked body with a blanket.
Okay.
Where's
my wolf?
They're there.
I don't know. That's a question for you. Did you drag it along on a leash, or did you tie it up to a tree?
It's always, yeah, it's still with me.
Okay. So.
All right.
So if it makes you all feel any better, I feel I have solved the mystery.
What
That
happened?
thing killed
Come
everyone.
about. What did you determine?
That thing killed everyone.
70 years ago. You think it was still alive?
Bugs live a long time. So do crabs. Maybe. I don't know.
You are well read enough to know that bugs and crabs do not, in fact, live a long time.
That doesn't sound correct at all. Yeah, I don't believe you. That doesn't sound likely. Are you sure?
I am so positive it's that or everyone ran away because they were so horrified of those things. They're horrifying. Hope you never see one.
I feel like I need to see one now because I don't
Trust me, no.
A crab lives a long, more than just a couple of years.
As you're talking to them, Onion,
If not days, only.
5 more pop out.
as you're talking, Onion, out of the corner of your eye, you think you see movement. But
I try to look at it. Do I see?
But
anything?
when you turn to look at it, you don't see anything.
Horrifying.
I'd like to examine the gravestone.
Okay. Yeah. So you look at the gravestone and you see the same thing Onion saw. It's you can see that Onion was kind of trying to tend to the grave a little bit, and it says Lorna Grosvenor, beloved of Lucas, forever my heart. And you see the daisies that were kind of got probably a little bit trampled during the fight.
No, now we need to find more daisies.
Actually, give me a religion check, Onion.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
This will be great.
Yup, it's religion.
And that is an 8.
Yeah, you think you need to find more daisies.
I need to find more daisies. Got it.
Sorry,
I immediately start looking for daisies.
Sorry, I broke Onion's heart there a little bit.
Can you tell me okay.
What do you want to know, Gideon?
I was going to ask about that thing that Murph was looking for in the tree.
Oh yeah. So we kind of skirted over that because you had to go take care of the baby, Joel. But you found an platinum oval pendant about the size of your thumb. It was on a thin chain, and it was inscribed with, I can't remember. Inscribed with, it says, "For Lorna forever." In
And
a very careful script.
That's Lucas is looking for that?
Yeah, Lucas asked that you retrieve it for him.
Did he ask us to do anything with it or just bring it back?
He wanted you to bring it back for him.
Okay. All right, I would like to look around as well and join others investigating the gravestone.
Yeah, so you see the Lorna's grave. You can see a lot of these graves are sort of like, it's like, you guys have been like driving out in the country, and you see like a graveyard that hasn't been like tended for freaking like decades. It's sort of like overgrown. Like some of like the graves are sunken in. Some of them are like kind of like mossy and whatnot. Like some are tilted. Some might be like broken. So just from like time.
Okay. Do I know where the creature was when it evaporated into shadow?
You could find that out from Onion. Yes.
Onan, where was the creature when it disappeared?
Right there.
I would like
Points
to look in that. I'd like to
vaguely
investigate that area and see if anything's unusual.
Give me an Arcana check, I guess.
That is 20.
Fuck. Yeah, so you can tell that like it's not like a spell, but given what you know of like arcane sort of stuff, you've kind of like, I'd say that your mentor probably like introduced you to different sort of like energies. There's sort of like a fey energy to the
Okay.
like a residual fey energy to like where it disappeared.
I'm gonna look at Onan and be like, Onan, I don't think they were bugs. I think they were fey. You know, like that place we fought the gargoyles.
That was Shadowfell.
That's still fey. Still like,
Is it?
right? Like Shadowfell is still fey. Really?
Shadowfell's like all undead.
Oh, I always took it as like the real, like that's where the dark side of. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, there are Fae there. I mean, you know, because
But they're
like
not.
the Fae are not contained to like one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not all in the Feywild or the Shadowfell. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you that it's the Fey.
Shadowfell's like an undead thing. It's
Is
sort
it?
of like an afterlife sort of.
Nightmare fuel.
From my
Got it.
understanding, it's like an undead sort of plane.
Got it. All right. Well, that's
The wheel is complicated and it would take too much time to go into. So let's.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Hear about that? She does not. All right, Fey it is.
Okay. So
I mean,
yeah.
it's not a bug, but now your plan sounds plausible because a Fey could live 70 years easily.
Mm-hmm.
I told you bugs and crabs live that long.
I'm going to choose not to try to argue with him and say, in this case, you are right.
Why?
Thank you.
Murph's learning to pick his battles.
Murph is somewhat. My
Yeah,
plan is
so-
for him to evolve through social skills.
You don't really find anything of note else in the graveyard.
Did I find yellow flowers?
Sure.
Yes. Okay. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to start digging up the two.
Well, actually,
like start digging up corpses and robbing graves. No.
Murph, can I see that thing that you found in the tree for a moment?
You mean the necklace? Yes. I'll toss it to him.
I'm going to actually lay it on the grave.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Immediately, everything explodes.
I don't hear anything or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Then I take it off the grave and I toss it
Give
back to
me-
Murph and I go,
Give me an insight check, I guess.
okay. Insight is actually something I'm good at, so this might turn out okay. 11.
Yeah, you can suss out that pretty much. This was an easy check. I just wanted it was kind of almost like a coin flip. You can suss out that the two events are not connected. The with the flowers versus the appearance of the monster.
Well, the thing is that Gideon is not very schooled, so he wouldn't really know anything about religion, but he does remember the previous adventure we were on and connecting different items to different spirits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Basically, if Onion, would you say you would have told you like got like a feeling of relief and joy from when you left the flowers?
Oh yeah, I would mention that.
So,
If questioned at all.
So, yeah. So, like knowing that, you think that sort of like the spirit was laid to rest with the act of like the flowers being left. Lucas just asked you to bring the necklace back because it's a memento of his wife. Like he had left it in the tree as like safekeeping because he was going to surprise her with it, and then she died. And then he, because of everything that was going on, he never went back and retrieved it.
That is so sad.
Yep.
So then, what do you propose we do?
I think we should definitely not split up and look for more of these bug crabs that Onan said. And nobody else saw them, just Onan?
Just those two. Onan and Mop caught a glimpse of it, but he was a ways away. He just saw like a sort of like monstrous figure next to Onan and just fired a shot at it.
Fired magic missile into the dark.
Yeah, so I think we should. Did anyone else see anything weird while they were here? I mean, that would give us a place to start, I guess.
Onan, do you feel that the creature might come back if you were, finger quotes, alone?
It was, I think, heavily watching me, but I could not tell where it was. I didn't see anything. And just before I got attacked, I did feel very watched. So,
Here's a question for you, Onan. Have you ever seen any of those in the past, like as a kid, preteen, whatever? Have you faced one of those things before?
no, I don't think so. Have you?
I may or may not have seen someone from my previous life, and I initially thought it was just me seeing things. Now I'm not so sure.
You're reincarnated?
I meant like before I met you guys.
Oh, okay.
As you're talking, Mop, just so loud in your ears, you hear sort of like a terrified shriek, just like splitting the air. Just you.
None of you heard that.
Right, what?
What?
No one heard a
What are you talking
blood-curdling
about?
scream.
I screamed like 10 minutes ago.
Are
But
you
not-
just hearing it now?
Maybe.
Wow, that's very
You
strange.
should get your ears checked out.
That's
Where did
probably
it
not
come from?
healthy. Would you like me to look at you? You need healing.
I honestly don't know. It was very loud. It was like it was right here.
It was like someone screamed directly into your ear.
It was as if it were right next to me.
Oh, that wouldn't have been Onan at all then. That's weird.
Very weird.
I mean, I
You
could
thought
scream in
that
your
you
ear.
might be
What?
crazy.
I don't think that would make anything better.
Okay, fair
But
enough. Well, maybe we should
And
just
again,
explore.
The hair starts to like stand up on the back of your neck, Mop, and you just like feel like something's watching you.
I don't feel too good about this, guys.
Do you want to leave, or do you still want all that platinum?
No. Money is desirable and wanted. Do we have true seeing or anything?
I don't believe we have anything as powerful as that. But perhaps we should be a bit more thorough in our search of the town. If there really are these bug crab creatures, we'll call them
Crab bugs.
crab bugs, yeah. If they really are about, then they could be hiding anywhere. We would hate for that have them sneak up on us, I think. And leaving unexplored areas of the town is perhaps the easiest way that something might get the drop on us.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Do I know anything about crab bugs?
Faye?
Have I heard of anything that sounds like a crab bug in my intensive readings?
Hey, if there's a thing called owl
I'm just
bear.
gonna say, knowing, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but knowing Murph's proclivities, the Fae would not have interested you.
No, not really. Okay.
Like your sort of focus has been sort of like, I mean, even you speak like fiend, right? Like, what are you?
Abyssal,
language?
Comet, Dwarvish, and Infernal.
Yeah. So like your studies sort of like were more towards like the infernal, towards the undead, not anything related to the Fae.
Okay. So,
Do you guys sort of like
so there
have-
wouldn't have been anything that I would have come across at
Mhm.
all about it. All right.
just for just to
What
keep
about?
things
Sorry.
moving? You guys can like be walking and talking. You leave the graveyard and you see. I didn't mention V6 before, but you see off to the like on a path out, sort of out of town. You see a cart to the left there. Up on the map.
Was that there before? Like, did anybody see this before? Can we go check this out?
No returned cart is usually something relating to bandits, but I don't think that we have to worry about those here.
No, I don't think so. Maybe like somebody did it to stop people from coming into town. Maybe.
So are you guys gonna investigate it?
I would. Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Get
So
in.
as
Let's
you-
take a look.
As you approach
Yes, I will
this-
follow.
As you approach this road heading out of the village, it's very quickly overcome by overgrowth and disuse. And there's a cart that stands abandoned in the middle of the road, covered with a heavy tarp.
I would like to investigate it. It's filled with platinum,
Yeah,
hundreds of
Okay,
pounds.
give
of
me an
platinum.
investigation check.
3.
Yeah. You don't find much of anything.
I don't find the cart.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
3.
The cart
You are
disappears.
unaware
No.
that the cart in here.
You do notice that next to the cart, you find the remains of a horse in the tall grass, and it's still tethered to the cart.
That's gross.
I'd like to take a look at like the cart. Is it look like it was carrying anything? Like
Yeah, give me a survival or investigation check.
okay. That is a 10.
Okay. Just from like looking around, like there's like growth up around the wheels, and like the horse carcass has been like basically like mostly decayed. It's you think that the cart's been there for about a year, and it's kind of weird that the like there's like whoever left this like just like left the horse behind.
Well, they did leave in an unusual hurry, so...
Yeah.
Does anyone have
Everyone
mending
else give a
to
sort of
fix the car?
investigation check.
Sure.
Does anyone have mending to fix the cart? So we
Or the
can
horse?
find a horse.
I mean,
I actually, Murph does ask, does anyone have mending? Can anyone fix this?
That's outside of my abilities right now.
I can't.
I did roll a 14, Ben.
okay. So Mop does his normal poking around, and you notice that the seat lifts up on the driver's seat.
Oh, damn.
And find a little compartment that has 15 gold pieces and a ledger listing sales and settlements around the area. You also notice like there's a bunch of like broken and empty containers around under the tarp with like scratches and tooth marks. Presumably this damage was like done by Onion, you find that like you start digging around under the tarp. I didn't notice the nat 20 under the tarp.
I was just thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, you got it first.
Sorry.
It's cool.
You find you like start digging around under the tarp and you find like scratches and tooth marks on the broken containers. But you think any sort of like damage in that regard is probably related to like animals like coming by and like chowing down. You also find some of the containers contain like salted dried meats. Still edible, doesn't taste very good. You find some fabric and then 2 casks of wine.
Casks of wine?
Do you mind if I take those gold meats?
Meat's all yours.
I will use them and tear a piece off and give it to my wolf, whom I am naming Tammy.
So you said wine and what?
You found two small casks of wine and some bolts of fabric.
Nice.
Just for your records, the casks are worth 25 gold apiece, and the fabric is worth 10 gold apiece.
All right. I will write that down. Like, how small are these casks of wine? Can I carry them with ease, or?
Maybe not both of them, but they're like you guys could kind of like the party could take them on and not have to worry too much.
Okay.
We just
We'll just drink them. Don't worry.
I just laugh because every Dungeons and Dragons character is like those little characters in the labyrinth where they just have mountains of shit on their back, humbling around, looking through junk.
Yeah.
Every D&D campaign.
It occurs to me that if we want to take some of this stuff or whatnot, perhaps what we can do, since all this stuff was fairly well preserved on its own, we could leave the valuables here for the moment, search the town, perhaps find what we need in the town to fix the wagon, and then we can come back for it all.
Yeah, there's nothing that seems to be broken with the wagon. It's just kind of like it's been abandoned and it's like just overgrown a bit. So you could probably like it's like sunk down into the grass. You know, it's like kind of eaten. It's just kind of like it's like if you leave a trailer like sitting outside, it's just like kind of like looks a little shit. But
yeah, the wheels go flat.
Yeah.
Can I give a strength check to try to pull it, free from its, like sunken?
Yeah, go for it.
Help him?
Yeah,
I would also assist.
Yeah, I would like to cast guidance on him.
Oh, okay.
No, he's going all out.
Oh,
I'd be like, you've got this. And then I touch him.
Ooh, that's a nice little dice action right there.
All right, so that's gonna be a 19.
Oh yeah, you basically like you
one
like
arm
brace your like self, and you're just like, and just like push it out of like the sort of thing already, and it rolls fine.
Guess who didn't need that guy's cart?
Yeah.
Us.
Presumably you detached it from the horse carcass as well, but...
Minor detail.
No, now we have a skeletal horse, and now it's fucking badass. So
I attacked the
I
horse.
think someone might have an issue with that.
Yeah, I immediately attacked the horse then. I cast false life on it. Does it come back?
No, it's been dead for a year.
No.
It's a regular horse
false
carcass.
life is a necromantic spell. So I'm just saying.
But doesn't that just give the appearance of life? It doesn't actually
Just
do
saying,
anything.
you're the DM. Be fucking creative.
I am going to
Resurrect the
say
dead
no.
horse.
You are not going to resurrect the dead horse with a cantrip.
All right. I heard it. It's not a cantrip. It's a first level spell. What? Wait, here. What if I cast it at second level? Then can we have a
it does guarantee temporary hit points.
It does. It gets temporary hit points. It will get 9 hit points.
How would you think your deity would feel about you attempting to resurrect a dead horse?
It's not sentient, so it's not undead. She doesn't care. I'm rationalizing right now.
You're
Rationalizing.
Guys, perhaps it's not a good idea for us to continue to beat this dead horse.
there it is.
We already got Gideon. It's fine.
Yeah.
Is that
all
what
right.
you guys were looking for? You just wanted me to
All
tell
right,
you
I
to stop
see.
beating a dead horse.
What about that? What about
was a
that
good
terrible pun? Does the horse come to life?
Yeah,
Because of the noise?
the horse like comes alive, it comes over to him, it slaps me, and then it just like
Yeah.
goes back, dies.
But before it dies, I heal it. So
Yes, like that scene in Five Goes West where like the horse skeleton all of a sudden comes alive and then just like
yeah.
kicks Gideon and then lays back down.
amazing.
Maybe
all right.
we missed the stable guys. They'll
I
just
would
have
like-
a live horse.
I would like to, and I'll back to the seriousness part, Dave. I would like to feed my wolf named Tammy, and
Okay.
go start suggest to walk around the buildings in ignoring the destroyed ones and investigating the intact ones.
Okay. Would you like to go towards like
Can I do an animal handling to see if I can get her to like me and not bite me when I try to feed her, or no?
Sure.
14.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm also gonna lay on hands.
She's not. She's doing all right. She's not like she's not friendly or anything, but she doesn't like attempt to snap at your fingers now when you try to.
She like, am I dragging her with the leash, or is she like kind of walking with me now?
Begrudgingly, yes.
Okay.
I
Improvement.
just love the image of like Murph just like dragging this wolf along, just like it's like fine, you give me food, but I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Hind
All
legs.
right.
So pretty much the only buildings that are sort of like of note that aren't kind of like messed up, you've got the V1 and V2 as well as the mansion.
If you don't mind, I would like to not go through the big one first. I think like if any problem is going to be anywhere, it'll be in the big house. That's just how luck works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just what I feel.
So V1.
So then,
and
shall we
V2
start from the
and
south
V3?
up?
I think so. Would we, with the way we're moving, would we come to V2 first?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, you're coming from the north.
Since we're coming from the north, you want to start at V2 instead of, and then V1, or?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's fine. As you guys are walking, Mop, you start noticing shadows sort of like following you. They're like stretching out from alleyways, or like tree shadows are sort of like reaching towards you as if to try to like not normally. They're just sort of like reaching out like almost towards you.
Just for
And you hear
clarification.
this is just Mop.
Okay.
Yeah. And you hear
Yikes.
sort of like indistinct whispers.
Are you muted or do you actually say something?
No. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna. I don't want to keep telling the party all the weird stuff I'm experiencing. They're just gonna.
We're gonna know you're crazy.
Yeah.
Onan, have you noticed Mop looks a little crazy right now? I'm just pointing it out.
Very.
Guys, the town's telling me to kill my parents and listen to rock music.
Have you been listening? Have you
Yeah.
been listening to quartets in reverse? Is that what's been happening?
I was
Have you
playing my
been
LPs backwards.
You're a lute player? That's what you were doing? My lute player.
You're walking by a building, you catch your reflection in a window, and you think for a brief second that it's not yours, but it's your sister.
I don't even have a sister.
I can't trust my own faculties right now.
Can we see him struggling with this, or
I don't know.
because we're in a
Are you
group?
projecting it?
Yeah, are you crazing quietly, or are you having some serious affect issues right now?
I'm not really saying anything about it, but I'm definitely looking over my shoulder a lot.
Do we see this?
It'll be obvious that I'm.
Hey, give me an insight, Murph.
Yikes.
10.
Yeah, you notice that Murph's a little bit more twitchy than normal, but that could probably just be knowing that there's something around.
I'm gonna tell Gideon and Onan. I'm gonna be. Is it just me, or does Murph look? Does Mop look a little out of sorts? He's not normally this twitchy.
You hear this, Mop?
I'm not really keeping it a secret. Are you okay?
I go over to Mop and I kind of put my arm around him, and I start walking with him, and I say to him, I go,
Mm-mm.
He goes,
He's like,
you touch my tra-la-la.
He's not about it.
My ding-ding-dong.
Onion, you start hearing whispers in your ears.
And it goes, la, 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 la.
They just walked away a little bit.
Okay with us, Danny.
obviously.
Yeah, they're paying
His
attention.
song, I swear, is Brian Ballard, just life anthem.
Can I tell what the whispers say?
No, it's just indistinct.
Okay.
You see movement out of the corner of your eye again.
And look.
Nothing's there.
I just want to know,
Damn bug crabs.
when did you start feeling this way?
I guess when we entered the town. He's not about the personal space at all. He's just like,
It's like,
Gideon, what do they look extremely agitated at this point. Now Onan's acting weird. I have an idea. And since the last time I did this, it was catastrophic, I'm going to run it by you first. I can help them calm down. Should I do this, or do you think they would resent it?
I don't know if it's time for that just yet. These are our
tell me-
friends. Can't we just
tell me
talk to
when-
them?
Oh, I guess, I guess that would work. I will turn around and be like, Onan, are you okay? And then I would look back to Gideon and be like,
take like a mop.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just really worried about those bug crabs.
Are you seeing more crab bugs or bug crabs or what happened those are?
No.
It's just like a generalized nervousness about them, or what? Like, Is something happening?
Murph, you have the ability to see things, yes? That other people can't?
I do.
Why don't you take point?
But only undead things.
Why don't you take point and I will cover our rear and we can cover our friends in the middle so they feel a little bit more safe.
Things. Onan can see more things than I can, or find them, right? Right, Onan?
Yeah, I can see undead, fiends, and celestials.
I can only see undead. So I will walk. If you want, I'll walk with you, and we can both look. Would that work?
I have half a mind to search these buildings.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
As you guys have been heading along, you come across the first sort of like fucked up building.
It's
a good idea. I would like to activate Eyes of the Grave just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But I am urging Onan to do his, what is it? I don't know what yours is.
Divine Sense.
Yeah, Divine Sense.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Okay. I will stay with Onan and we will take a look around. So I will be right next to Onan looking around.
Okay.
It's all right, Mop. I'm covering your rear.
So
yes. How close are you covering my rear? Is it like I need drinks first or like just covering the group?
Pardon?
Just, never mind. Attempted to joke. I apologize.
Oh, he's cracking jokes now.
So you guys come across the stonemason's workshop that Lucas could remember. There's, it's not exactly intact, but not a lot of the buildings really are. The front door is sort of like gaping open, and the remains of it are lying several feet away, covered in long brown grass. The roof is caved in, and there's rotting furniture visible through the doorway. There's blank headstones in front of the house, and there's one next to the doorway, which is engraved with the words, Tyrus Frosthair, Stonemason, Inquire at Back.
I'll pull it. I have a torch. I would like to take it in and look around inside.
Yeah, it's getting like closer to dark now. So.
Oh, I just assumed it was dark. This whole thing had the happening at midnight.
It's like it was just evening. It was overcast when you guys arrived, but now it's like it's getting to like evening, like darkness.
Yeah, you're definitely telling this with that whole like it's knee deep fog and there's
stormy night.
Yeah. You are up to your knees in fog and creatures are moving in and out. You're like, oh my god, I hate this.
Yeah. So you take a look around. You find.
You need an investigation check or no?
No. In this case, you don't really find anything of note, like inside the house. Like it's kind of like rotted away. But if you go to the back of the house, you find a covered like work area, sort of like covered porch. There's more blank headstones and some rusted carving tools that hang from the wall. There's a hammer and chisel that lie on the ground beside a headstone that reads, Adeline Crean, may you all what?
May you all what? It stops?
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
dun. May you all ALW. May you all what?
That's very creepy.
And it looks like there's like the hammer and chisel were just dropped and left there.
Okay. I would like to look around at like that's everything. So there's no more investigation available. Like, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's nothing really here beyond.
Okay.
Big Shoe for Life. Really getting into D&D. There's always You don't really have to know anything except maybe how to play your character, but if you've got a good group, they should be more than willing to help you figure that out as well. Just have some good dice, be willing to come with a good attitude, and have some fun playing your character. So, anybody else got any advice for Big Shoes?
Don't be afraid to ask any questions when you're playing. Brian actually is the one that taught me how to play. And while my first character is probably still my favorite character, how I played him in the beginning was absolutely catastrophic to the end, where he was very dear to my heart. Just ask questions of the group you're with. And, if you got a good group, they'll help you along.
I'd also say the big thing is always just like ask if you can do things. Like there's no like structure to it. Just whatever comes in your head that you think your character might want to do, just ask if you can do it, and the DM will tell you if you have to roll for it or not, if your character just does it.
Right.
Yeah, definitely make strong choices. If I were DMing, I'd rather have a person taking a character and wanting to do something and me going, well, hold on a little bit. I'd rather have that than someone who doesn't do anything with the character. So
first time DM even, Big Shoe?
That's awesome.
There's no sucking at D&D. Oh, wow.
That's
going to be fun.
Yeah.
I want to give the piece of advice that I learned super hard. When you're DMing, don't go crazy with magic items. Don't give any out unless the module says so.
Yeah.
Or because I made the mistake of giving them out, and then I've got level 5 characters clear cutting the board with killing everything. Be as sparing with your magic items. They're a lot of fun to give out, and your players love getting them. But I just played in a campaign with the first time DM, and they gave me a wish spell at level 2.
Yeah.
So, kind of like it's fun to give the stuff out, but they can make your game very, very difficult if you give out too many too quickly.
Yeah, and I'd say if you don't already, definitely if you have time, check out like a D&D podcast, maybe ours. We've got all our episodes on YouTube.
There.
And
don't forget we have the 2 episodes of Between the Sheets where the Forever DMs got in there and talked about
a lot
some
of the
do's
talk.
and don'ts.
Yeah, we have a YouTube that's sort of like do's and don'ts of D&D. It's called Between the Sheets, character sheets, that is, and that's on our YouTube channel. But really, just like
any questions, hit us up.
Yeah,
like we can talk D&D literally all day.
Yeah, if you reach out to any of our social medias, we might even be available to answer questions while you guys are in the middle of something.
Just remember, everyone's having fun.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Cool. I forgot what I was talking about before.
You had just given me a wish spell. We were talking about that.
No, I did not.
Were all level 20. Also, trick your DM.
I didn't. I had short-term memory loss. I didn't like gain all levels of amnesia.
You gave me a rod of power and 7 levels in wizard.
Sure.
It was weird.
Rocks fall. Joel's character dies. No.
And I come back as a sorcerer. The Murph.
Don't be afraid to assassinate players you hate.
I remember the one campaign where Brian and I hated the campaign so much we killed ourselves in the campaign to get out of it.
Oh wow.
We're like, wow, this is terrible.
Do I know that DM?
Yeah. Yeah, Big Shoe, that sounds like it might be a little OP, but you'll probably still have fun. The DM might not, but you'll still have fun.
Absolutely.
So about that owlbear we found.
Shut up.
We did find it. No, Ryan doesn't make shit up. Are you serious? Like, we found an owlbear. Just saying. How often? If it was me, I would be like, yeah, obviously it's a lie, but...
Murph hears a piercing scream in his ears that sounds like it's right next to him.
Oh, fantastic. I'm going to I'm starting to hear someone screaming. Did anyone hear this?
No, I screamed like 20 minutes ago.
Thank goodness you're hearing the same illusions I am.
That sounds fantastic. Can I cast Calm Emotions on myself?
Are you freaking out?
I think
No,
I
but
think
I have
you can. It's like I don't know the language of the spell, but I think you can.
Oh, I'm gonna check.
Yeah.
It doesn't say I can't,
Well, there you go.
so I'm gonna cast it on everybody. I'm gonna panic and cast Calm Emotions.
Wasn't there a save?
So I need a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, I'm hearing voices, I'm hearing something yell, and I'm gonna like panic and be like, ah! And like cast like immediately like throw it out.
Does a 19 beat your spell?
Yes, it does. You kind of want to fail this one, but
I don't think Gideon does.
no,
I
Gideon.
got an 18.
Yeah, well, you a fuck.
Actually, I was already pretty calm.
I know it cancels the fear for a while.
Oh.
To be clear, you're not under like a...
Oh no shit! I thought it was.
No, you're not
So this
under a
whole
fear
time,
effect.
I assume they're all like gibbering masses.
No, they're not like they're not
Well,
feared.
I
They're
don't
just
want to
seeing
cast
and
it.
hearing
I thought
shit.
they're like,
Yeah.
I thought they're like, slasher movie stuck in like a insane asylum gibbering. Like they're
No,
like, ah!
They're just seeing and hearing things that aren't there.
Oh. Can I take it back then? Because I don't understand. Like I was under the impression like
Yeah, that's fine.
everybody was like frightened.
Yeah, no. This is like they're just seeing and hearing things.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They would have had to make a save if there was something casting a fear spell or something on them.
Okay.
Kind of why I wanted to succeed on that saving throw, because I was like, well, if there's something around here that I need to react appropriately to, I don't want to have to like be under like,
Yeah,
oh
no.
yeah, man,
That's
this is
my
fine.
fault.
I'm just gonna get
I-
eaten. That's cool.
Yeah,
I thought-
you can.
Doc-
Sorry if that wasn't clear.
Got the munchies.
Yeah, so there's nothing really else in this building that is of any note, other than obviously this
Okay.
this stonemason stopped in the middle of his work and dropped his tools.
She was dissatisfied with my playstyle, apparently.
Yeah.
She was like, learn to listen.
Ah. Welcome back, Big Shoe. We're just continuing on, and I'm freaking the hell out of my PCs. Whoa.
Yeah. So instead, if you're letting me take that back, then I would like to just go into detail. Be like, have you? I'm hearing people yelling yelling the same. Is that? It's just like a shriek. Is that the same thing you heard? You stop.
I've also had some shrieks and hallucinations and that giant ugly bug thing.
That was very real. I was hurt from that.
The crab bug.
Thanks, Big Shoe. Yeah, if you feel free to continue watching, maybe you'll learn a couple things, and we'll just continue pressing on. Yeah, so you guys are you're figuring out that like you guys are hearing things and seeing things, but
I suppose we should check the next building then, right?
sure.
Yes.
I don't know why, but I'm expecting there to be some sort of like psychosis emitter that I can break with my hands.
Yeah, so you guys come to the next store.
It's like like
yeah.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Like it's suddenly an episode of Doctor Who.
So you guys come to this shop.
Psychic gist that causes you to experience fear.
This is a sort of blacksmith shop. We're playing on Discord, Big Shoe, just for your awareness. So just has a couple extra overlays. So we just play Theater of the Mind for the most part. So we just play on Discord. Roll20 we've used a little bit. We've been thinking about going into it, but we're worried about latency problems with streaming. So we haven't really dove in on that yet. We might have to do a test stream soon, though, because the maps are getting a little bit more intense, and it might be better for players to be able to move stuff around on.
I also use Fantasy Grounds for my personal campaigns.
Okay. We might need to chat about that.
I have all the base books.
Oh, perfect.
I spent $300 on books.
Oh, scheisse.
Will, welcome to the game, Will. Your new favorite.
Will, you've been sleeping on me. What the hell?
Now you come and saying all this sexy stuff.
I believe.
The program is subscription based, or you can buy it, and then you need to buy the books if you're going to use the in-game material to like use character sheets and stuff. Mm-hmm. It is quite handy if you do really like playing D&D online, though.
Yeah.
I think I'm $500 deep in D&D Beyond stuff right now, so.
All right.
Continue.
So you enter the blacksmith shop, which seems to be hasn't been fallen into as much disrepair, and there's a thick layer of dust that covers the interior of this building. There's a forge that sits dormant in the far corner, and a blacksmith's anvil. Thank you very much for the follow, Big Shoe. And a blacksmith's anvil and an empty quenching trough beside it. On the opposite side of the room are 2 workbenches with stools.
I would like to thoroughly investigate this if I could.
Same.
Yeah. Give me investigation checks.
You want both of us to investigate, or do you want one to roll with advantage?
Just both of you investigate. You're both looking around.
I'm frantically going.
Oh shit! I didn't switch.
Okay.
And I got a 22.
Oh jeez. Yeah. So, Joel,
I got 17 something.
Yeah. Between the three of you, you've very handily sort of like tossed this shop. Onan, you find a false panel in the floor that underneath it there's a steel shield with platinum filigree in the shape of winding serpents. It's worth 50 gold pieces, and then 2 matching short swords with platinum filigree on the hilt and pommel with a similar serpent motif. Those are each worth 25 gold, and then there's a stack of iron bars each weighing 10 pounds. Those are just 1 gold apiece. Mop, you are able to find a thin platinum ring in the dust under the workbench. It seems to have your sort of, arcane abilities. You're able to sense that it's enchanted.
It's a wish spell.
It sounds like it's expensive.
Yeah. FYI, I'm not going to bother with like appraisers and having to go figure out what shit is. This is a ring of swimming.
We're all just at Antiques Roadshow, like listening to the guy. Like,
and what's it worth? No, it's a ring of swimming.
At first, you have to start to be like, yes, I've only seen a couple of these, and it's rarefied to see this intact.
Yeah, but yeah.
Now,
so
normally I'd appraise this at 14 million, but since we're in Dark Sun, it's worthless. It's like
Yeah.
14 million, but today it's garbage.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all you find. It looks like whoever left, they may have. They decided to abandon the shop, maybe with the intent of coming back. And so they hid their valuables and planning to come later. Probably similar to like what Lucas did. He like hid his stuff so that he could like come back later, but nobody returned.
I think then that can we just like hand wave searching the rest, because the rest looks like it's all dilapidated from the map.
Yeah. There's nothing else of really note in the village.
So we're left with the mansion.
Yes. And at this point, you're into like nighttime.
Nighttime.
So
Okay.
It's dark out there. So this is probably the nicest building you'll find.
Yeah, it's a haunted place. It's getting dark. I don't want to be playing reverse Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, no, we are. Do we want to go into this one? We don't really seem to have great luck with dilapidated mansions.
Yeah. There's.
Let's just burn it down.
Big Shoe. There's rules for starting gold. Based on level, or the DM can just decide to what you're starting with. I've played all kinds of different ways, so
Sometimes it depends on your background that you pick.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends on whether or not the DM allows you to exchange all of your starting equipment for gold. Sometimes a DM will just give you extra gold to start and spend on the side, sort of thing. So it really depends on what your DM and what your group has decided together is the best way to move forward for yourself. So I would recommend that you talk to your DM in length and say, okay, so what are our rules for character creation?
Yeah.
What are we doing as far as stats are concerned? What are we doing as far as starting equipment is concerned?
Yeah.
Asking clarifying questions during a session 0 is never a bad idea.
yeah. I almost wonder though, is this like just a one shot? You guys are getting together over like Thanksgiving break sort of thing?
Also, don't forget to ask, like, if it's necessarily out but within character to have an item.
Yeah. Like we homebrewed your shields.
Yeah, like my shields are combat shields, whereas standard D&D does not have that.
Yep. Yeah, so it's getting... Okay, yeah. So there's probably not a chance for a session 0, but if you guys have a group thread, maybe ask what your starting gold is, use it accordingly. 5th level, you should have at least like 1 or 2, like maybe like
Plus one or something.
low level magic items or something along those lines by that point. It's all about like what the DM wants to do. I know you guys aren't super experienced, but that being said, like you can still kind of get away with starting equipment at level 5. That's why I usually prefer, if no people are inexperienced, to start at level 1. Just kind of give it like a because you can learn the basics of play really quick, but you can do fine with level 5. It just gets more complicated. Anyway, so you guys, it's nighttime. You guys gonna like try and rest for the night? You guys gonna try to tackle the mansion? What are you gonna do?
I am going to tackle this baby who just went
Poopies.
through her clothes. So
All right, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and we're back. And so you guys decided, after getting thoroughly creeped out for the last bit of time, it's dark. You ain't gonna explore a mansion at nighttime, so you decide to bed down for the night. Murph, you said you want to make another attempt at befriending your wolf buddy?
yes. Fuck. 4.
Snaps at you, but he doesn't get a bite off. Just misses.
Can I try it one more time?
Sure.
Like, give him a treat and like 11.
she just kind of like looks at you, doesn't try to take it, and just kind of like she's just kind of like ambivalent towards you right now. Doesn't feel like eating from your hand at the moment. She just doesn't. You guys are like inside. She doesn't like being indoors. So.
All right. Do I pick up that she wants to be outside?
Give me an insight, sure.
2.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm just gonna cut this poor wolf loose. Like it's. Oh, sorry, it's 7. I rolled but yeah, it's whatever.
Just looking up one thing. I guess I should have done this during the break, but so you guys, I assume you set up a watch.
I'll go first. I'll do all the stuff with the wolf on the watch. My first watch.
Okay. So you guys all go to sleep. So Murph, you don't really notice anything. But everyone who's asleep right now, you dream. You have nightmares. You all have dreams of being trapped in just suffocating darkness under piles of dirt and rubble and rock. You're not able to scream. You can't move. That's it. So Joel, Murph, you probably noticed that like everybody's kind of like fitfully sleeping, but you're not aware. Beyond that, that could be like attributed to like the day.
Okay, I will watch them then.
Yeah. And you guys shift through your watches. Everyone, you're plagued by the same recurring nightmare of just being trapped in and unable to move, unable to scream, just trapped in rock and rubble. You wake up in the morning, and everyone needs to take a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Why did it have to be wisdom?
Gideon's not sweating it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Pray for my spells.
Yep. Did you take your wisdom save?
That's
19.
really bad.
Okay, you pass.
12, Ben.
You fail.
14.
You pass. And Onion fails. So
Will be a 3.
okay. Everyone who failed their wisdom save now has gained 1 level of exhaustion because the nightmares plagued your sleep so much that you did not have a restful sleep. And with that, we are in the morning of your, and I think we'll end our session for the night there because Brian's has to get going. Thank you, Big Shoe. We'll stay online for a little bit while, but we'll probably won't be live. We'll figure out a way to send you an invite to our Discord channel so you can ask any questions of us there as well. And then again, just a reminder, we'll be playing Call of Cthulhu on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central with the collaboration with the original GM. And then we'll be taking next week off due to just the holidays, and I'm going to be traveling and stuff. So
actually, if you guys want to really quick, I can go ahead and invite him via link on my screen.
Oh, there you go.
So,
Yeah, Big Shoe. Brian's gonna show a link.
Yes. So,
Big Shoe. For Sonicate, that's Will down in the bottom left there. He's playing a paladin. Joel below me is a grave cleric. Brendan, who's next to Joel, is playing a hybrid class, which is he's playing a rogue and a wizard combined, so he's switching out every other level. And Brian next to me plays a monk of the healing hand.
of the Way of Mercy.
Way of Mercy, yeah.
And my brain is so far in the past that he says rogue wizard, and I immediately just think mage thief. and I still every other level go mage thief.
Yeah.
You play enough Baldur's Gate, and you're just stuck that way.
So on my screen there, you can see the link to our Discord.
Yeah, well,
I can probably make that a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Boop. There's a link to the Discord there. Big Shoe. There it is.
Actually, make that up maybe a teeny bit.
Oh, Rogue Drow. That was a.
Let me see if I can share it since it's my stream.
Actually, yeah, that's probably the issue.
More than likely.
Awesome.
Let's see. If he makes it in, I'm not going to bother. So yeah, I'm going to paste it anyway. Okay. Yeah. That one should work.
Yep. It's a full link.
Yeah.
That's good to know for the future, though.
Mm-hmm. So, that's it for the end of our session here. Again, we won't be meeting next week, but you can catch us for an extra long session on Saturday of Call of Cthulhu, which we're excited for. That's it. We'll catch you guys again on Monday. If you're not there for the special stream, we'll catch you again on Monday the 28th, where we will be discussing the book Hounded by what was his name? I can't remember what book we were talking about.
Joel knows the author.
Hounded by Kevin Hearn. So, thanks everybody, and we'll be back soon.
You're muted, Joel.
All right. All right, we're just gonna go. I'll pop into like the main voice channel on the Discord if you want to have any more questions, Big Shoe. But we're gonna get off here. Brian has to get going. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you again either Saturday or on the 28th.